What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 11th day of May. We're here at about 1.8 cents now, down 3.5% on the day. This rejection off the 60 is looking pretty damn real so far. 8 hours, 16 minutes left here. We very well could recover 3.7% in the next 8 hours and 16 minutes. That's not a small feat to accomplish, but will we is the question. I think that we should dive into some shorter term time frames to try and figure that out. Okay, so looking at this here, and regardless, guys, by the way, regardless of what happens, we move up from here, we move sideways some more, and then we move up, we move down some more, and then we move up. All paths are going higher. Right, just do we have a couple hurdles to go through first, or are we just going to unleash the beast and let loose the goose here? We'll see. We'll see. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Okay, I mean, maybe we'll start at the 15-minute. Sometimes the 15-minute can be helpful, actually. Some people find the 15-minute a lot more helpful than I do. I think it's distracting. I think for day trading it's better, but for long-term stuff, for like significant moves, it's maybe not the best. It can be very deceitful. 15-minute RSI looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. It would suggest that we go a little bit lower from here, but we are at a position right now where having kind of a double bottom, good bit of volume here, and we're not breaking out lower. It could be a position where we do return higher, where we do reverse. That's the word I was looking for. I'm like 1 hour time frame. If we go here, looking at the 1 hour RSI, this 1 hour RSI also looks pretty bad. Lower lows, lower highs throughout the whole thing. Living below the 50 is not a good look in itself. You have every reason to go lower. You have every reason to go lower, and you're just not doing it, right? You've got like a triple bottom here, and we'll see if it holds. Triple bottoms are essentially inevitable breakthroughs, but maybe not this one. We'll see. I would expect, looking at the RSI, if I'm being just honest with myself, I would expect that we go lower. But looking at the price, it kind of seems as though we're at the base of this, so maybe we do go higher. It's hard to say. If we do go higher, if we get higher highs here and higher highs in the RSI, this could start to look better. But it's hard to say. I think by the end of the day, we'll know a lot more as far as where we're going to go here. If we do close below, any 1 hour candle closes below 1.79 cents, 1.8 cents essentially. If we close at this area or lower, I would think that it is safe to assume that we could move down to the next area, which if we're looking here, that would be this point of resistance here, maybe as a point of support there, point of support there, somewhere at about 1.75 cents. That could make sense. Let's look at this from a relative low to a relative high here. See what that gives us on the fibs. Just below the 0.5. Yeah, maybe we find support there. Maybe we find support just above there. Or perhaps we even go a little bit lower and we go down to the golden ratio at 1.711 to 1.682, something in that area. But tomato, tomato, whatever, man. Move up from here, move sideways, move down. It's all going higher inevitably. We're all going to be moving higher here in a second, in a couple of days or so, this week. That's the expectation. Not this week. This week closes in 8 hours and 14 minutes. I don't think that it'll be this week, but maybe by the end of this week. Maybe we'll move up over the next 8 hours, but we'll see. 4 hour time frame looking pretty bullish, honestly. The 4 hour looks very, very bullish. I like this consolidation phase. And again, just looking at it here, if it wasn't for the 1 hour or the 15-minute looking totally terrible, I would think that you bounce from here. Actually, this looks like a good area to bounce. So if that's true, I think a lot of you will know, because if it's not true, then we will probably be below 1.79 cents by the time most of you watch this video. But if we are having a little bit of a recovery here, there's hope that we could be breaking out of this either by the end of today or sometime tomorrow. But we're just in this nice little tight consolidation phase, slowly bleeding to the downside, as OnyxCoin likes to do. So I would anticipate that we have a little bounce here. Just don't be surprised if we don't, though. If we do break through, we've got the target areas down there. Looking at the 4 hour RSI, looking at this here, we have hit the overbought, we've cooled way the hell off. Lower lows throughout the RSI, lower lows throughout the price. You're back down just below the 50. You got below the 50, right back above it, and now you're back below it. I would assume, looking at this, that you do continue down at least to your 40 to bounce. Let's see how OnyxCoin likes to behave with that. Yeah, 40 bounce there, 40 bounce there. 50 rejection. 40 bounce right there as well. It seems to be a pretty common thing. It's not that it has to happen because it's common. You absolutely could bounce here. I mean, we've bounced right here and then continued upwards, right? But I would think that you do go lower. I like the price action. I like the way that this looks. Honestly, it looks very bullishly configured, but everything about the indicators is telling me that we probably do break out to the downside. So I'm going to call for 1.75, if not even a little bit lower, but I don't believe that we go below 1.65. I don't believe that we go below there. So something in this area, but I don't believe we go below 1.65 cents. Time will tell. We'll see how that goes. But inevitably, hopefully we can make our way down there, if not by the end of today, sometime early tomorrow, and then tomorrow next week we begin recovering, something like that, getting into the overbought zone right by, oh, what that would be, oh man, that would take all the week, Monday to Saturday. That would take the whole damn week if it happened at this pace. Maybe it will take the whole damn week, and then at the end of the week we get a nice little pop up. I don't know. That's kind of how it was last week. Thursday at the end of the week, that was whenever we had our high. Maybe. Looking at the daily time frame now, daily RSI getting above the 50, bouncing off the 40. Nice to see. Rejecting the 60, not nice to see. So what we need to do here is get a bullish turnaround, either bouncing off the 50 or finding support at the 40 one more time, right? It's pretty common whenever you are in this area between the 40 and the 60 to kind of ping pong between these zones. But looking at the 4-hour RSI and what I'm expecting from the price, I wouldn't expect us to go all the way to the 40. I think that we will find support somewhere either just below the 50 or right around the 50. That's kind of the expectation. But OnyxCoin is no stranger of finding support just below the 40 there. I don't think that we're going to return there, but time will tell. We'll see. If we do return to the 40, if we do go lower than the 40, there's a solid chance that we could even see lower lows than this. Again, I don't think that we go below 1.65 cents, but if we are to go below 1.65 cents, I think that would open up the doors to 1.46 to 1.34 cents, something in that area. And that would definitely be a final zone of support. I would be extremely surprised if we found any kind of resistance, or if we did not find support there. I'd be very, very surprised if we did not find support there. Hold on. Let's see. But also, I'm not really expecting that we even go down there at this point in time, to be completely fair. Whenever it is time to move up higher, you guys know what the plan is, right? Here we are at 1.8 cents now. The plan is to move up all the way to this 5-cent price area, probably just above there. We're finding support at the 382 after rejecting the golden ratio. That's a pretty common thing to do. This also helps validate and give me more confidence that we do not go below this low. I really don't believe that we go this low or below that low. And it also gives me a lot of confidence that on this next move up, we will at least encounter the 786, 886, but most likely see something that's a little bit further higher than that. In regards to this overall bull flag, you've got the flagpole, you've got the flag itself. I think that this measure move here, roughly, looking at it, should take you something that is just above this high, something that's just above 5 cents. That's the expectation. So that will probably happen over the coming week, if not certainly by the end of the month, but I think that it will happen over the coming week. If we're not at 5 cents by the end of next week, we will be on our way. I would anticipate that this coming week here, where it's the 13th to the 18th, 13th to the 18th, I think this coming week the 12th to the 18th, my bad. I was like, that's only 6 days. Will provide prices that are above this high. However high we go, I don't care, but I do believe that we'll be breaking out this week. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Absolutely. I still believe OnyxCoin is on a path to 26 cents. That's not even a question, man. We're going to 26 or 32 cents, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. We'll see you there by the end of June, if not early July. We're at 1.8 cents now. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.